Welcome to my reflections video for Photography 1.2 Practice and Process, and whilst you listen, please watch some drone footage that I took throughout this year. So at the start of 1.2 Practice and Process, my aims for this year were to become more creative with my still image making and my movie image making, experiment with contemporary photographic processes, experiment with presentational work, and start to develop long-term projects that interest me and to develop a creative portfolio. I had already developed skills in the previous course, which meant I had a good level of foundational research and critical thinking, but this unit has taken my understanding to a whole new level. What did I learn from the course? I have learned that expanded photography can take my practice to further enhance my work. Some of the processes I have creatively explored in this course are photo collage, photo montage, moving image, bookmaking, post-production techniques, and creative writing. In the archive task, I created a photo montage of 3 generations of Royal Navy sailors and used creative writing to tell a story. During the bookmaking part of the course, I experimented with magazines, small-scale publications, digital designs, and mock-up books, and I drew upon Joe Kohlberg's Understanding Photo Books for technical advice. My Skills Hub elective was moving image, and I learned editing, sequencing, shot size, shot selection, framing, and storyboarding. Some of the techniques I explored are master shots, wide shots, full shots, long shots, medium long shots, close-up shots, medium close-up shots, and extreme close-up shots. The use of shot templates as an alternative to storyboards. And I explored music and how that can influence how a scene is viewed. During the course, I used creative techniques to create a cartoon video, a dramatic video about morning coffee, and I also used video montage to create self-portrait video highlighting a psychotic episode of bipolar using found footage from my own archive. I have been able to explore subject boundaries within photography throughout the course, and then respond with practical experiments on those subjects. I created a mock-up of street photographs for an ongoing project exploring ordinary people living in rural communities of South Wales and using a Japanese binding technique to make a book. I explored rural rare breed farming and the interaction between animals, farmers and their environment as part of the interspecies project. This project was then developed further into a book as part of the return assignment, where I collaborated with another peer who is experienced in graphic design to create the book that forms part of my creative portfolio. I then found new ways of working during the making up the rules task, experimenting and exploring using defined sets of rules, and I found that this will help me to become more productive with certain types of project shoots, especially helpful when creating storyboards and on location for both still and moving image projects. Creative work for the interdisciplinary practice gave me the realization that not all work is going to be successful. I've been able to identify some key interests during this course, being in the genre of documentary photography, typography and landscape changing over time, and filmmaking, and I have begun to develop some long-term projects as a direct result of undertaking 1.2. The industrial complex image will be the start of a long-term project documenting the steel works at Port Talbot as it enters its transitional phase. The course led me to develop my critical analysis a lot further and deeper as I explored Donna Haraway's Anthropocene, Bin Devora's Mountain of Salt, Ramos's Story of the Understory, and critical analysis essay exploring how post-production, editing, and AI has developed photography. I also participated in a large selection of peer group tutorials and student study groups exploring images and offering feedback. So going forward, I will be placing importance on creative exploration, research, self-reflection, peer reviews, and enhancing my analytical skills. Learning Outcomes 01 and 02 have helped me find the creative spark within my work, and I focused hard on the experimentation phases for these learning outcomes. Learning Outcome 03 of the course has led me to find my identity within photography and find interests that I wish to explore. I have been more reflective about my work and curious towards the role of photography. Learning outcome 04 is the development of a creative portfolio, which came naturally to me as I explored the course, and I have a good range of still images, books and videos that showcase my work. The return project unveiled the realisation that the work I produce is pretty much living in a perpetual state of work in progress. As the degree progresses and I learn new techniques and gain inspiration from the discovery of new photographers, both historical and contemporary, I am then thinking about how I can adapt and recycle images that I may have felt were complete into new bodies of work. I am also considering how I may present this work to an audience in the future and the impact that may have on the environment and in the long-term use of archival processes. Some of the photographers that inspire me to be more creative are Uta Barth, Thomas Ruff, Richard Misrak, Henry Carter-Bresson, Diodo Moriyama, Todd Hido and David Hearn. The projects and the experiments contained in the course have given me some fundamental skills that I can take throughout my photography journey. I can see that some of these skills will be reflected in my work in the future, and I can see the benefit of using expanded photography to enhance my creative experimentation and my creative portfolio.